Alon, Wasalan, you with the Nasty Pastor, and I'm back with another chapter. Read from Ramses, the Son of Light, Volume 1, Series 1. This read right here, we're entering chapter 14. Instead of wasting time with this intro, let's dive in. You got what I'm saying? Let's get this over with, you know. The garbage man's small daughter rubbed the sleep from her eyes as her father led her slowly through the hushed back streets of the far north side. He had to finish his rounds before dawn, setting fire to the rubbish communal dumps maintained between blocks of houses. Now, remember, I keep what is it? I keep saying that everything that goes on in America comes out of Kemet. You get it? Every culture has mimicked our civilization in some type of way. Now, they have a profession, a career, a job as a trash man. Back before Christ. Come on. Remember I explained to you another part of being civilized is taking a bath, is being clean. You understand what I'm saying? So could you imagine what the streets of Kemet looked like? It was clean. You understand what I'm saying? Clean. Cleanliness is next to being godliness. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? That come up out of Kemet. Your favorite hustler, Rich Porter, said that. He mimicked his life after that phrase, after that quote. That come from out of Africa. What's wrong with y'all? Let's proceed. A daily schedule of waste disposal was one of the government's strictest health measures. The work was repetitive, but the pay was good, and he felt he was making a useful contribution to society. On this block lived two families who were easily the biggest slobs on his route. Several warnings had not had the least effect. There would have to be a citation, grumbling about the fallings of mankind. He picked up the rag doll his little girl had dropped and soothed the child. When he was done, they would eat a hearty breakfast and then nap in the shade of a tamarisk. Their favorite spot was the park by the goddess Neph's temple. Luckily, the dump was less full than usual. The garbage man set his torch to several spots so the fire would start quickly. Daddy, I want that big doll. What, sweetheart? That big dolly over there. The little girl pointed through the smoke to where a human arm stuck out of the refuge. I want it, Daddy. Alarmed, the garbage man jumped into the enclosure hoping his feet wouldn't burn. An arm, the arm of a young man. He carefully lifted the unconscious form. The back of the head was crusted with blood. On the return voyage, Ramsey had not seen his father. His log would be quite complete, and his entire report would be entered in the Royal Annals, Annals, of the important events in year 6 of the reign of Seti. Putting aside his writing kit, the scribe's clothing, he also spent time with the crew and shared in their work, learning to tie knots, raise sails, even man the rudder. Above all, he studied the wind, a manifestation of the mysterious god Amun, puffing out sails and guiding ships to safe haven, the invisible made clear, yet still invisible. Now let's pause right there for a minute. You see how he is a royalty. His dad already the pharaoh. You get what I'm saying? The pharaoh of Africa. When you are a pharaoh, that means the continent is joined. You get me? When you're just a king and you sit on that throne in Upper Kemet, that means there is unrest in Africa. The whole continent is not joined, it is divided. You understand what I'm saying? You get it? Now I want to say this to you right here, you know what I mean? This man has a lot of qualities that I have in me. You get what I'm saying? He is learning every particular what would be the word, profession, job skills, of every function, every infrastructure that was put into building a civilization from the bottom up. He come from the top, so it's only right to start at the bottom. See, you put me in a company as the janitor. If you give me 10 to 15 years, it's my company. You get me? Because eventually, if I do everything right, if I do everything according to schedule, I'm going to end up being what they call it, the plant manager or something like that. I'm going to end up being the operations manager. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And then from there, I'm going to figure out how to own me one. I'm going to figure out how to take what I have, what I've saved, invest it, and see if I can branch out into a franchise. You get what I'm saying? That's how you do it. That's how you mold your babies. You get what I'm saying? That's how. You get me? And you probably say this, well, I don't own nothing. I don't have no businesses. I don't have nothing. Your family is a business. Yeah, your family. That apartment you live in, that house you live in, that shack you live in, that van you live in, that truck you live in, that is a business. You get what I'm saying? Show your babies how it function. You have to pay insurance. You have to put gas in it. You have to put money up for the maintenance, right? 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 Okay. Damn. You got to pay rent. You got to pay your electric bill. If you got a water bill, you got to pay it. Show them. Show them what this does. The ship's captain played along. Since the king's sons forgot his position and refused the privileges of rank, he set him to the 1,001 tasks that make up a sailor's life. Ramses didn't balk, B-A-L-K, but swabbed the deck and rode with the best of them. Sailing north required a thorough knowledge of river currents and a stout-hearted crew. Feeling the boat glide over the water, working with the water to achieve the best possible speed was an intense pleasure. Now, come on now. He is the prince. He's a prince. But he out here swabbing the deck. That's mopping. You understand what I'm saying? He mopping the deck. Come on now. And they know who he is. They know who he is. You know something, I'm going to tell you like this, man. You know what I mean? It was a time that the wealthy, you hear me? The wealthy, you get it? The wealthy took their kids into certain businesses they own. They didn't let them run the company. They let them be an employee. You feel what I'm saying? A regular employee. An entry-level employee. You get it? To get an understanding how the real world live and how the real world work. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? A lot of y'all have babied your babies. Yeah, baby, your babies. You have made them dependent on not just you. They're dependent on their friends. They're dependent on their women. They're dependent on everyone but their self. But their self. They have a question. They don't know how to go get the answer on their own. You get what I'm saying? You understand? You get this is what you done. And I'm not going to put all the blame on you women. Yes, you women maybe for the last 3 decades have raised our babies alone. You understand what I'm saying? Alone. I say this to the men, the biological fathers. You're to blame. Yes, you took a penitentiary chance. You get me? Yes, you took a penitentiary chance that put you away for decades, but you didn't have to do it. You didn't. You really didn't. Next, I want to say, you know, y'all fathers has passed on because of the wrong decision making. You get what I'm saying? When you're selling drugs, when you're out there being a robber, when you're out there being a shooter, someone can easily take your life quickly. Quickly, your chances of your survival is very low. Very low. If you don't give up what people coming to rob you for, they can kill you. They can kill you. A real one gonna kill you. You get me? A real one gonna shoot you. Bloop, and run your pockets and get on up out there. You get me? You understand? A one that will rob you but don't want murder on their back, in their brain, they're gonna walk away, or they ain't gonna even try you at all, because they know it ain't the right place and time, and you're not the right vic. You get what I'm saying? You're not the right victim, because you're not gonna give it up. You understand me? You get it? You get it now? Teach your baby something, because see, your baby's growing up in a world with blinders on, and that's why they in the trouble they in as young adults. You get it? That's why they were so easily manipulated, so easily tricked into doing the things that they've done. Let's proceed. The expedition's return. The expedition's return was cause for celebration. Spectators crammed the banks of Memphis' main harbor, tellingly named Safe Journey. As soon as their feet touched the pier, the sailors were greeted with garlands of flowers and cups of cool beer. There was ceremonial dancing in their honor, praises sung to their courage and the goodness of the river that guided them. Graceful hands slipped a garland of blue flowers around Ramses' neck. Will this be sufficient reward for a prince? Asked I said the fair, mischievously. Ramses made no attempt to escape. You must be furious, he told her. He took her in his arms. She pretended to resist. We're going to end that right there. You got what I'm saying? Because our time about up on this reading. And, I just want to say this again, you know what I mean? I ain't the greatest father. You get me? I ain't the greatest because I dropped the ball on my firstborn. You get it? My firstborn, I dropped the ball. I kept a paycheck flowing, and there was times that paycheck won't flow. I've been to prison twice. First time, 18 months. I ain't have no money out here to send nobody. My family ain't do nothing for them. My family won't even talking to my oldest son. My family won't even go in and picking them. You get what I'm saying? Picking them up and spending some time with him. Not his uncle, not his grandma, not his cousins. You get me? You understand me? Now on to my second child, you know what I mean? I did 26 months with her. You get what I'm saying? They wasn't going to pick her up. Shoot, my mama, she was 5 months when I went in. On her her 1 year birthday, you know what I mean? My mama took my sister over there, but my mama left. And that's her grandma. You get what I'm saying? Left. Yes, I called. I made sure to call on her birthday. I got some gaga goo-goo, but I knew my baby was okay. You get what I'm saying? I knew she was okay. I say this to you once again, you know what I mean? I ain't the best father, but I am a hell of a provider. And I taught them a lot, and I'm still teaching them a lot. You get it? You understand? There are some things that the mama put them in. You get it? And I ain't gonna keep on cleaning up anything when people don't love you. You get it? When they don't love you. That's the mama mess. So let their mamas clean it up for them. You get it? I say this to a lot of you men, you know what I mean? Our babies in some turmoil. You get it? You understand? You're going to either have to walk away or you're going to have to get dirty with them. And getting dirty with them, you might lose your life physically lose your life. You're gonna go back to prison. Understand that. Please understand that. Anywho, anyway, you've been with the nasty pastor. I'm out, and I love you.